YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Happy Halloween. How y'all doing today? I am doing good. Today is Monday. It means today is the last October. This whole October, I've been talking about crimes that happened in Halloween, and this is the last one. The other ones I will be saving for next year, Halloween. So don't worry about it. I'll be doing this every month. Next month, like I said in the last video, I'll be doing unsolved cases. So I cannot wait to start that. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload, y'all. I was Selena for Halloween. So if y'all want to see that, I will leave my Instagram on in the description below, so you can go see my Selena outfit. I will not be doing anything for Halloween today. I think I'll just be staying home. As you can see, my hair is still, it's been hard today. But anyway, so today we're gonna be talking about the last case of October. It's gonna be about this case that I think everybody should know about. If not, you've been living under a rock. But this is the case that is called the lace candy. And this case is really interesting, y'all. It's a heartbreaking case. But yeah, and it happened in my hometown. So it does kind of breaks my little heart. But yeah, let's start about it. So we're going to be talking about Ronald Clark O'Brien, the Candyman, or the man who killed Halloween. He goes by those two names. So let me take my glasses off, because I know a lot of y'all don't like my glasses when I have them on because of the glare. So yeah, we're doing that. So Ronald was born October 9th, 1994. The nickname the Candyman, the man who killed Halloween, was an American man convicted of killing his 8-year-old son Timothy, on which Timothy was born April 5th of 1966, and he died October 31st of 1994. On Halloween, on 1994, with the poison sending lace pixie stick that was ostensibly collected during a trick-or-treat outing, O'Brien poisoned his son in order to claim life insurance money to ease his own financial troubles. As he was $100,000 in debt, O'Brien also distributed poison candy to his daughter and 3 other children in an attempt to cover up his crime. However, neither his daughter nor the other children ate poison candy. He was convicted of capital murder on June of 1975 and sentenced to death. He was executed by lethal injection in March of 1984. So let's talk about his background. So O'Brien lived with his wife Dana in the Deer Park, Texas, with their son Timothy and daughter Elizabeth, born in 1969. O'Brien worked as an optician at the Texas State Auto in Sharptown, Houston. He was a deacon at the Second Baptist Church, where he sang in the choir and ran a local bus program. On October 31st of 1974, O'Brien took his 2 children trick-or-treating in Pasadena, Texas neighborhood. O'Brien's neighbor and his 2 children accompanied them. After visiting the home where the Compton failed to answer the door, the children grew impatient and ran ahead to the next home while O'Brien stayed behind. He eventually caught up with the group and produced 5 25-inch pixie stick, which he would later claim he was given from the occupant of the house that had not answered the door. At the end of the evening, O'Brien gave each of his neighbors 2 children a pixie stick, 1 each to Timothy and Elizabeth. Upon returning home, O'Brien gave the fifth pixie stick to a 10-year-old boy whom he recognized from his church. Before bed, Timothy asked to eat some of the candy he collected, and according to Ronald, he chose the pixie stick. Timothy had trouble getting the powdered candy out of the straw, so O'Brien helped him lose the powder. After testing the candy, Timothy complained that it tasted bitter. O'Brien then gave his son Cool Whip, the lemonade, the Cool Whip, if y'all know what I'm talking about, to watch the way they taste. Timothy immediately began to complain that his stomach hurt and ran to the bathroom, where he began vomiting and confusing. O'Brien later claimed he held Timothy while he was vomiting, and the child went limp in his arms. Timothy O'Brien died en route to the hospital less than an hour after consuming the candy. And this is why I hate pissy stick. Well, that's not the only reason, but I just never liked those candy. Were never. I was never interested in those type of candy. I don't know why. I really never liked them. Timothy's death was poison, and Halloween candy raised fear in the community. Numerous parents in Deer Park and surrounding areas turning to candy their children got from trick or treating to the police, fearing it was laced with poison. The police did not intentionally suspect O'Brien of anyone wrongdoing until Timothy autopsy revealed that the pissy stick he had consumed was laced with a fatal dose of poison cancinian. Four of the five pissy stick O'Brien claimed to have received were recovered by authorities from the other children, none of whom had consumed the candy. The parents of the fifth child became hysterical when they could not locate the candy after being notified by the police. The parents rushed upstairs to find their son asleep holding the unconsumed candy. The boy had been unable to open the staple that had sealed the wrapper shut. All five of the pissy sticks had been opened with the top 2-inch refilled with cyanide powder and released with a staple. According to the pathologist who tested the pissy sticks, the candy consumed by Timothy contained enough cyanide to kill 2 adults, while the other 4 candidates contained enough to kill 3 to 4 adults. O'Brien intentionally told police that he could not remember which house he got the pissy stick from. Police became suspicious because O'Brien and his neighborhood had only taken their children to homes on 2 streets because it had been raining. Their suspicions increased after learning that none of the homes they visited had given out pissy sticks. After walking the neighborhood with police 3 times, O'Brien led them to the home where no one had answered the door. O'Brien claimed that he went back there before catching up with the group. He said the owner of the home did not turn the lights on, but did crack the door open and handed him 5 pissy sticks. He claimed to have only seen the man's arm, which he described as hairy. The home was owned by a man named Count Corny Melvin. Melvin was an air traffic controller at the Hobby Airport and did not get home from work until 11. On Halloween night, police ruled Melvin out as a suspect when over 200 people confirmed that he had been at work. On the investigation process, police learned that old Ronald Bryan was over 10,000, equivalent to about 50,000 in 2021, Deb, and had a history of being unable to hold a job in 10 years preceding the crime. O'Brien had held 21 jobs at the time of his arrest. He was suspected of theft at his job at the Texas State Article and was close to being fired. His car was about to be repossessed. He had defaulted in several bank loans, and the family home had been foreclosed on. Police discovered that O'Brien had taken out life insurance policy on his children in the month preceding Timothy's death. In January 1974, he had taken out 10,000, equivalent to 54,000 in 2021, life insurance policy on both of his children. 1 month before Timothy's death, O'Brien took out additional 20,000 police on both children despite the objections of life insurance agency in the days preceding Timothy's death. O'Brien had taken out yet another 20,000 policy on each children. The various policy totaled approximately to 60,000. O'Brien's wife maintained that she did not know about the insurance policy in her children's lives. Police also learned that on the morning after Timothy's death, O'Brien had called his insurance company to inquire about collecting the policy he had taken out on his son. After learning that O'Brien had visited a criminal supply store in Houston to buy cyanide shortly before Halloween in 1974, he left without purchasing anything after learning the smallest amount available to purchase was 5 pounds. Police began to suspect that Ronald had laced the candies with poison in effort to kill his children to collect on their life insurance policy. They believe he gave the other children poison candy in effort to cover up his crime. Police repeatedly questioned O'Brien, but he maintains is innocent. Although police never discovered when or where O'Brien brought the poison, he was arrested for Timothy's murder on November 5th of 1974. He was indicted on 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. O'Brien entered a plea of not guilty to all 5 counts. O'Brien's trial began in Houston on May 5th of 1975. During the trial, a chemist who was acquainted with O'Brien testifying that in the summer of 1973, O'Brien contacted him asking about cyanide and how much fold would be fatal. A chemical supply salesman also testified that O'Brien asked him how to purchase cyanide. Friends and co-workers testified that in the month before Timothy's death, O'Brien showed unusual interest in cyanide and spoke about how much it would take to kill a person. O'Brien's sister-in-law and brother-in-law testified that one day, if Timothy Freno, he spoke of using the money from Timothy's insurance policy to take a long vacation to buy other items. As well, his wife rejected the claim that Timothy chose the pissy stick, stating that O'Brien had in fact forced him to choose the stick. O'Brien continued to maintain his innocence. His defense mainly drew upon the Desi old urban legend consuming a mad poisoner, who hands out Halloween candy laced with poison or needles of candy apples with razors, blades, and stirred. These stories have persisted despite the fact that there are no documented instances of strangers poisoning Halloween candy. The case in Quincy's trial generated national attention in the press to be O'Brien the Candyman. On June 3rd of 1975, a jury took their 46 minutes to find O'Brien guilty of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. The jury took 71 minutes to sentence him to death by electrocution. Shortly after he was convicted, his wife filed for divorce. She later remarried, and her new husband adopted her daughter Elizabeth. At the time, men sentenced to death under Texas law were confined to the Elite One Unit near Huntsville, Texas, according to Reverend Coral Pick, a former capital who worked for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. O'Brien was shunned and despised by his fellow death row inmates for killing his child, and was vastly friendless. The inmates reportedly poisoned to hold an organization demonstration on O'Brien's execution day to express their hatred of him. O'Brien's first execution date was set for August 8th of 1980. His attorney successfully petitioned for a date of execution. A second date was scheduled for May 25th of 1982. The date was also postponed. Judge Michael McSpain scheduled the third execution date for October 31st of 1982. Ain't that a bitch? Oh my god. That's karma. That's what I'm going to say. The 8th anniversary of the crime, and he offered to personally drive O'Brien to death chamber. It was to have been the first time Texas executed an inmate by lethal injection. The Supreme Court delayed the date yet again to give O'Brien a chance to pursue an appeal to seek a new trial. A fourth date was scheduled for March 31st of 1984. O'Brien's lawyer sought a fourth date on the basis that the lethal injection was cruel and unusual punishment. No, sir. No, it's not. Because you killed your child. Now that's punishment to me. On March 28th, a federal judge rejected the request on March 31st of 1984. Shortly after midnight, O'Brien was executed by lethal injection on the Huntsville unit. His last meal consisted of T-bone steak, medium to well done, French fries and ketchup, whole kernel corn, sweet peas, lettuce, tomato salad with eggs, French dressing, iced tea, sweetener, saltines, Boston cream pie, and rolls. O'Brien's last words were, "What is about to transfer in a few moments is wrong." However, we as humans begin to make mistakes and errors. The execution is one of those wrongs, yet doesn't mean our whole system of justice is wrong. Therefore, I would forgive all of who have taken part in any way in my death. Also, to anyone I have offended in my way during my 39 years, I pray and ask for you forgiveness, just as I forgive anyone who offended me in any way. And I pray and ask God forgiveness for all of us, respectfully as human beings. To my loved ones, I extend my undying love. To those close to me, know in your hearts I love you one and all. God bless you, and may God's best blessing be always yours. Ronald O'Brien, peace. During my time here, I have been treated well by all the TTDC personnel. During the execution, a crowd of 3,000 demonstrators gathered outside the prison, cheering while some yelled trick or treat. Others shouted insane death penalty demonstrator with candy. O'Brien is buried in Forest Park East Cemetery in Western Texas. Timothy is buried in Forest Park Lando, a cemetery in Houston. And that is the sad, not sad case of a father who thinks that it's so easy to kill your children just because you need money instead of having to be an adult and keep a job. Yeah, that's sad. And I'm glad that he is gone, and I'm glad that he is not buried in the same cemetery as his dad. I don't think his dad deserves to be buried in the same cemetery. And did you clean yourself with that? Sorry, guys. Yeah. I don't know what to say. This man, drink the other one because it's colder. Sorry, guys. My daughter. I'm trying to feed my daughter and doing this at the same time. But yeah, this. I don't know what to say about this man, y'all. I don't. I never liked pixie sticks. I never. Those are one of the candies I really never enjoyed. I just never liked. To me, they were too sugary. I don't know. I just never liked them. But yeah, he ruined Halloween, and this I really was excited about to talk about this case, not in a wrong way, y'all, but because it was a case that happened in my hometown, and it kind of changed Halloween. I think forever. Parents, still please check your kids' candy. Make sure they're not, make sure they're not laced with anything, no matter what it is. Make sure taste the candies before you let your kids eat them, because yeah, I don't know what to say. But yeah, guys, that was the last story for Halloween. We'll have new stories starting November. Um, I will be doing a missing case on Friday. So that well, I don't know if I'll be doing a missing case on Friday, guys. I forgot I have an event. If you don't know, I'm a photographer. I have a wedding to do, so I will not be uploading Friday. If I do upload, it'll be early in the morning, but I doubt I will have time to do it because I have to get my camera ready and all my stuff ready for that day to go. So I don't know. I probably won't. So if I don't upload on Friday,